Good morning, guys. What a show we had today. So first off, we talked about tips for non-Muslims for Ramadan in the UAE.
And Simran caught up with the cast of Dubai Bling over the weekend and got them dancing.
She did. You have to see the videos. It is the funniest thing. They have they just go for it.
Yep. No shame, full
shame.
Throttle.
I didn't want to say shame. They have no shame, but they love it. They're just having the best time.
That's honestly the best way to live life. Just go for it.
Yeah, screw the trolls, whatever. And then, actually, guys, please stay tuned because later in the show, we chatted with Luay Fandi. He has just moved to Dubai. He's a barber. He grew up with his roots in Lebanon and started his career basically giving free haircuts to refugees in a war-torn country. So it was an emotional ride, really.
It was really emotional, really inspiring. Just to see where he is now and how much he's done, despite the circumstances that he grew up with, is honestly inspiring. It's your daily dose of motivation that you need.
So true, guys. Turn it on.
And guys, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Rami. So wherever you're listening, please subscribe, share the podcast, and just show us a ton of love, and we'll love you back.
Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all of the trending stories that everyone in the UAE and beyond is talking about. Our top story today, the UAE Moon Sighting Committee meets tonight.
And you can wave goodbye to Streetside taxi hailing and plan for e-bookings in advance.
Wow, we're also talking about tips for non-Muslims as the holy month of Ramadan approaches.
And then we'll have Luay Fandi join the show, who began clipping hairs for refugees in Lebanon for free and is now a celebrity barber.
Which is so cool. That's coming up at about 8:50. But before we get into all of that, good morning to you, Shahir.
Good morning, Casey.
Good morning to everyone who tunes in. We love to read your comments before, during, and after the show. But a particular shout out to all the moms tuning in today. It is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you. We love you. We appreciate you. But do we show it?
I mean, I know I do.
Okay. That's not what we discussed before the show,
No, it's
Shahir.
not. I'm throwing you under the bus.
How are you celebrating Mother's Day?
Generally, I do. For Mother's Day in particular, not so much. I might be slacking there a bit.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Not intentionally, but it happens.
Mama, I love you. You know I love you. But I just feel like Mother's Day doesn't get... It's not a Valentine's Day.
No,
you know what I
not.
mean? There's
Yeah.
no...
There's one global acknowledgement for Valentine's Day. Mother's Day is a bit tricky.
But is that because... Is that us? We like Valentine's Day because it's you and your boo and you can, do cute things. For Mother's Day, you need to show that token of appreciation to your mom. And do we do it enough? I want your thoughts on this because we did a little ring around before the show started. I got my mom flowers. They were beautiful, but is it enough for... She brought me into this world. Is it enough? No, it's not enough.
Is a bouquet enough for all that she's done?
She is in terms of what she has done for me, she has carried me on her back metaphorically her entire life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here, mom, here's some flowers I bought at the store.
Yeah, I got them on discount, sorry. But that's the thing, I don't think you can ever do enough for your mom to show the level of appreciation for everything else that she's done.
100%. But I feel like today, all the moms are sitting. They're waiting. They're like, today is our day. All of my kids, my mom has 6 kids, they're going to show up trumps, just sitting, waiting for the flowers, waiting for the recognition, waiting for the dinner invite.
She was like, oh, it's 12 and I got 2 messages so far. Okay. But that's the thing,
we're doing the minimum.
Anything you do is going to be the bare minimum for moms. I just you can never do enough. I feel like just that general sense of appreciation and saying I love you and that constant checking in. I get a lot of heat from my mom for not calling. And she's like, you call your dad but not me. I'm like, I call you guys at the same time. I speak to both of you, So it's just small, your mom will give you small hints that she wants small accomplishments done or small things shown. And I feel just listen to what your mom's saying.
So you're saying your mom will nudge you in the right direction sometimes for things that she wants.
Basically.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be
And do you pick
tangible.
up those hints that she's dropping?
Yes.
Oh, cute.
It makes it very evident. But yeah, another side to it is Mother's Day. There's 12 different days. Not really, 3. So I feel for Arabs in particular, it's confusing. Like, which one do you
What
go for?
a cop out! The biggest cop out I've heard. It's like, Mom, I could love you, but the powers that be, they did make too many days for love, and therefore I can't decide on one.
So,
cop out.
No, but like, if you miss
Excuse.
this one, if you forget, which you wouldn't, because you're watching the show and we're reminding you.
It's Mother's Day.
Today is Mother's Day, but there's always the next one.
Exactly. Well, I know in Dubai in particular, the number of places that do 2-hour delivery. So if you're sitting there thinking, I should show a little bit of love to my mom, run on to, this is not paid, UNAS, FNP, bloody Deliveroo, and send, it's a gifts thing. So you can do chocolates, flowers, teddies. That's all just a little token. Everyone loves flowers.
Yeah, a
Tulips.
good hug, a 5-second hug, 5-minute hug.
Make her tea.
That's
what my mum would appreciate if I just went over and actually just like looked after her.
Yeah, it's just small stuff. Like, you don't have to go like the extra mile, you know? Well, you can if you want.
Well, you should.
Yeah, it depends on how many siblings you have and like who's doing what, you know?
Okay, well, today's Mother's Day, and those are our 2 cents, and we hope that you guys are better kids than we are, and happy Mother's Day to all. Let's jump into our top story. The UAE Moon Sighting Committee meets today for the first time for 2023. They're scheduled to meet today for the first time following Maghrib prayer at the Abu Dhabi Judicial Department to determine the commencement of the holy month of Ramadan. Today's meeting will be presided by Abdullah Sultan bin Al-Wade Al-Nuaimi, Minister of Justice. The meeting will be attended by several high-ranking officials.
So the Sharia courts across the country will monitor and notify the committee of any sightings, while the Lunar Calendar Committee at the Abu Dhabi Judicial Department will continue to gather evidence and report its findings to the Moon Sighting Committee.
So today's the first day that we meet. People are expecting Ramadan will be called on Thursday, but we've no official confirmation on that. But what they do is they gather evidence from around the country. We're seeing the same things are happening in Qatar, obviously Saudi, and then it will be declared when the first sighting of the crescent moon is confirmed.
I feel like this is the initiation of Ramadan vibes. Like every year when I grow up in Oman, like it would be a thing, you know, we'd watch the committee talk about the moon sightings and just wait very patiently, and we're like, oh, any minute now. So I feel like it's
this is like the kickoff.
Build up, yeah, to Ramadan.
Very exciting. So we'll bring you the announcement as soon as it comes through. But let's take the news a little bit closer to the streets of Dubai.
Oh, good segue. Good punch here. So, Dubai could wave goodbye to street-side taxi hailing and plan to push e-bookings in the very near future. So, it looks like the good old days of hailing a taxi from the side of the road may be a thing of the past very soon in Dubai. The Dubai Road and Transport Authority, the RTA, want to get 80% of their taxis booked through the Hala e-hailing services. Back in 2022, Hala services accounted for almost a third of all taxi trips in Dubai. They plan to expand the service using the Career mobile app so that most of the rides can be booked online in the future.
This switch will aim to reduce waiting times to less than 3.5 minutes. It will also cut fuel consumption and carbon emissions and save on wasted mileage. So there's a lot of benefits to this suggested move. Plus, it's aligned with Dubai's goal of becoming the world's smartest city. Matar Al-Tayar, who is the RTA's Director General, clarified that the expansion of taxi e-hail services as opposed to street hailing reinforces the government's goal of transforming Dubai into the world's smartest city.
So he continued, e-hailing has emerged as the most efficient means of matching taxi supply with demand and providing customers with hassle-free, efficient taxi services, and that this step is in alignment with the worldwide shift in urban transportation planning. The service boosts the efficiency of taxi operations in Dubai by streamlining the process of locating and booking rides electronically. Overall, this shift in transportation planning will decrease the dependence of private cars and boost customer satisfaction. Plus, it's a great way to modernize the taxi system, very obviously.
So if you're not on a Korean booking system, get on it now. It's not a total shift. You'll still be able to pick up a taxi on the side of the road, but they're looking at 80%.
80% is already like huge, you know, like no one really hails taxis anymore. Like,
oh, we do hail taxis.
Really? Where are you, New York? Like,
having a Carrie Bradshaw moment. No, if I much rather using booking systems on my phone. I just feel like I know exactly when it's coming.
Yeah.
However, if it's a busy time, if it's peak period and you can't get a taxi, then you're downstairs, you're hailing taxis on the side of the road.
Yeah, that literally is the only time anyone ever does it. But I feel like
if you don't have internet, you know what I mean? If you don't have Wi-Fi.
I feel like every place if you don't have 3G,
these are very
circumstantial.
Very circumstantial.
Yeah.
And then you'll be part of the 20% who still uses the street hailing taxis.
I just like the idea of yelling taxi, like I don't know, it's very New York. It is very Carrie Bradshaw,
It's very Dubai.
It is like I don't know, it's just so there's something to it,
Do you do it though?
I wish. Like I don't. I like the idea of it, but someday might come. Like, can they even hear you when you're yelling?
I mean, it would depend if their windows are open, depend how fast they're driving, depend if they're nearby.
How loud you're yelling?
So you use Kareem, but what you're saying is you prefer the old school traditional method.
Yeah, there's just something to it, I don't know. It reminds me of like old movies.
I love online taxi booking.
Yeah, like it literally is the way of the future. It is the only...
Not even the way of the future, it's the way of now. Like,
Yeah.
aren't we so lucky? Like, yeah, sometimes there's a 15-minute wait. God forbid you're waiting for 15 minutes. That's not that long at all. However, you're able to sit in your home. You're able to see how far the taxi's away. You're able to have a chat with him before he comes.
Yeah.
I know this is not new information, but it's great.
It is great information. You're right. You're right. You win.
No, I'm not.
It is true.
I get
like
what you're saying. We can have...
It's very rare.
opinions.
No, like I fully agree. Like online bookings, for sure, 100%. Everyone prefers it. I just miss, like, I don't know. Soon it's just not going to be a thing. It's like when we posted that mailbox, the really old school mailbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those things are just like going to be redundant soon. And it makes me sad.
I mean, I think it's great that the system is going to be constantly innovated, but I also do think that there'll always be a need for street hailing. Like, there's always that moment where whatever happened, your phone is out, maybe it's super duper busy, and you're on a street and you realize you need a taxi. So there'll always be that there, and like they're going to 80%. So it's not a complete goodbye to taxi hailing. So don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
I'm fine. I'm good, guys.
Have your taxi moment.
Thank you. Thanks.
I thought you were gonna go taxi.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Taxi! I was going to once you start reading.
I was going to play you World's Smallest Violin. Okay, let's jump into our next story. 5 tips for non-Muslims during Ramadan in the UAE. So the holy month of Ramadan is expected to begin this week. And with that, the city will change. So whether you're Muslim or non-Muslim, you will observe the changes throughout the city. And the official confirmation for the beginning of the holy month will come with the moon sighting committee, which we already discussed. So this is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. It's a month for fasting, prayer, reflection, and community. And both Muslims and non-Muslims, as I said, will observe how the city changes throughout the holy month.
So working hours are reduced, restaurants opening timings are adjusted in some cases, and parking hours changed. Malls stay open until later into the night, and the availability of taxis might be less during the sunset as drivers are breaking the fast. Additionally, drivers need to take more caution on the road just generally, just because the performance of anyone who is fasting may be impaired due to sleepiness.
And also, there's discounts in a lot of the supermarkets, which we've shared as well. So it's the city changes for the month. And for anyone who's not fasting, for anyone who's new to the city, what's cool is the government has outlined some tips and some etiquette to be aware of, which you may not be aware of if you're new to the city. So you do not have to fast in Ramadan for non-Muslims. However, you are prohibited from eating, drinking, and smoking in public during fasting hours. You're also prohibited from chewing gum in public during fasting hours. Additionally, there's some other points to be aware of. You should not engage in any aggressive behavior. You should not dance or play music in public, although you may listen to music quietly on your headphones.
And also, you shouldn't wear any inappropriate clothes in public, and swearing as blasphemy is considered extra offensive during Ramadan and in general. And refusing a gift or an invitation to join someone's iftar,
is also you shouldn't do it. Which I was interested. Very interesting point.
It's just like a hospitality Arab thing, like you want to invite as many people just for the sake of sharing that experience with them. But what this makes me think of is, you really, for the people that are fasting, things change in a way to where you don't really acknowledge that things have changed. They're just better adjusted for the month. And for the people that aren't fasting, it just makes you more cautious and more aware of just general awareness, and treatment of like the people around you. So it doesn't really change anything for anyone, but it's just better adjusted for both the people that are fasting and aren't fasting.
True, and I just think that these tips are quite helpful for example, we have a massive influx of tourists in the last couple of years. Things have changed a lot since the pandemic. More people are living in the city, so I just think it's really helpful to be aware of these points because I do remember in the last number of years there'd be maybe little signs at the airports as people are coming in.
Yeah.
Some people, especially in the last few years, Ramadan has always fallen during the hot summer months. Less tourists. Now it's coming at a time when the weather is beautiful. A lot of people will be coming to the country. They may not be aware. I mean, when I was growing up, I had no clue what Ramadan was at all. So if I had happened to come during the holy month, I would have been totally oblivious to what that might mean. So to have these tips is just a nice little reminder. Be aware of the type of clothing that you're wearing. Be respectful. Be modest. No swearing in public, which you should not be doing anyway.
Yeah, don't. like, just don't.
It's just very helpful to just a reminder of these tips. Of course, no eating and drinking in public. Maybe your workspace will set up a specific area where you can eat, because of course you can eat. I remember, the malls will have like specific areas where it is okay to go and eat, but just make sure that you're mindful of that and find those areas.
Yeah, it's great that like even restaurants, some cover if it's an open restaurant, like things are covered so that people that are fasting and passing by aren't necessarily seeing anything. I was watching Real Housewives yesterday, season 6, Beverly Hills.
I was going to say which city.
And they were coming to Dubai. This isn't a segue, like I'm not drifting from the topic. So basically, they were coming to Dubai, but they didn't necessarily understand like how the city works, and obviously it's different from the culture that they grew up in. One thing that all of them did was ask the people around them, like, how can I respect Dubai the most? And I feel like for tourists, like, just that general sense of awareness, like, starting that conversation and asking is a good step forward.
I love that.
Yeah, so, like, they came into the city they might have had preconceived notions about what they can and can't do, but they got clarification. So it's just, like, taking that one step to know how to better approach Ramadan.
Well, I love that, but it doesn't necessarily even need to be Dubai, right? So like we are so lucky where we're located that we get to travel a lot. We find ourselves in a lot of different countries with cultures that we didn't know about growing up, which is okay. But therefore, you should ask the question. So how can I really respect the country that I'm going to?
Yeah, exactly.
Whether it's a country that you know all about, for example, if we're going to the States, like how can I respect the States? Or if you're coming to the Middle East, which you know nothing about, or the Far East, it's a great question to ask. So Real Housewives strikes again.
Good old Lisa Vanderpump.
Moving from one reality show to another, the Dubai Bling Stars were down at the Coca-Cola Arena this weekend. DJ Bliss had his first ever solo concert. It was absolutely wild. And Simran got to chat to the stars of the show. She had a great rapid fire question with them, and you're going to see it right after this break.
Guys, we are here with the cast of Dubai Bling. So let's do a few rapid fire questions. Favorite go-to concert dance move? Okay. LJ?
Okay, so I start like this and I go all the way low. I go all the way low, then I stop, so everyone looks and then I go all the way up.
Oh my god!
So I drop it.
I see.
Drop it.
Oh, whoa!
You have better knees than me.
Farhana's. Oh.
That's so Farhana, right? Listen, I'm
She
not
only has one
dancing.
move, by the way.
It's such a Barbie doll move.
I love it.
Very
I
nice.
don't dance at concert, but when I'm in the DJ booth, I want love and energy. Give it
Mm.
up.
Wait, shut up.
Maybe you're the one for me.
Your go-to icebreaker question.
What's your star sign?
What's your favorite city to visit?
Oh, exotic question.
Do you like islands?
Okay, no, I know. Yeah?
What's your favorite brand?
I feel like Farhana, she stole yours.
I'll tell Farhana's. How many followers do you have? You know that's true. You know damn right.
Are you verified?
Because she just did it now to my friend. She went to my friend, she's like, how many TikTok followers do you have? How many?
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did. He just complained about it.
All right, let her say it. Come on, Farhana, khalas.
Yalla, Farhana, tell
What
us
is
what
it,
your
Farhana?
icebreaker question is.
How old are you?
I mean, I'm simple. Where are you from? Where are you from again?
Okay, interesting. Now you guys are deserted on an island. The one cast member on that island with you, you cannot say DJ Bliss.
Ibrahim.
Lujan Hamran, but she's not here today.
Oh,
Obviously, Diva D.
of course.
It will be between three people: LJ, Diva D, and Lojan Amran. I think it will be LJ because LJ and I have traveled together and we definitely had a lot of fun.
Listen, this is gonna shock you guys. All right, LJ. For real.
Get your husband.
Listen, cause me, I'll tell you why. Because first of all, we just worked on a project together, and me and LJ's daughters are like besties now. So I'm sure she's gonna come, and LJ is gonna like find us food, and me and her daughter is gonna be hanging out, like playing all day, dancing.
Any words to friends who weren't here, like Chris Fade, Safa, anyone?
Yeah, I mean, I wish everybody was here. It was an open concert. It was just, this concert was about love, all right? So, yeah, this concert was really about love.
It was fun, but if they were here, it would also be fun.
Yeah, so it was love. When you have love out there, it's all bliss.
How do you feel about your concert, your very first Coca-Cola Arena concert?
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lovin Dubai, for the support. Thank you to my friends, my family, everyone who came. Like, it was, like, I had an expectation. I was, like, nervous coming in, but it went amazing, and I'm so grateful. Thank you.
I want to say something. I want to say something. Like when Bliss came and they played that little video. Honestly, I had tears in my eyes, and I was looking at Danya, and she was so proud of you. You know, she was really, really proud. And to see my friend Bliss on stage, and then I saw my little Barbie LJ on stage. Honestly, I'm so happy. I'm so happy, and I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of all of us. You know, at the end of the day, it's not easy. Even though, you know, after watching Dubai Bling, a lot of people had positive comments and negative comments, but you know what? It's not easy. To do what we do, it's really not easy. So at the end of the day, I'm super proud of each and every one of us. And yeah. Thank you.
I'm going to say I'm proud of all my friends. And I am very happy today because DJ Bliss gave me an opportunity to be on stage and do a performance. I always dreamt of having a performance. And because of you now, I really believe that dreams come true. So thank you, Bliss, for giving me this opportunity. And really, God bless you. You're an amazing person. I wish you all the success in the world.
You're the blessing in our life.
Really. Thank you.
Group hug.
Friends forever.
By the way,
We are coming to a city near you, all right? The cool kids at Dubai Bling.
New York, LA, India, Manchester, Toronto,
Just
Dublin.
wait, stop. Private jet, please.
Mic drop.
Welcome back to Lovin Dubai Show. Our guest today is celebrity barber who began honing his craft at the age of 8 during the war in Lebanon back in 2006. At that time, he joined his father in clipping the hair of those impacted by the tragedy and has since then gone on to make it a full-time career, giving celebs and athletes razor-sharp fades, and now he's living in Dubai. Welcome to the show, Luay. Fandi, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We really appreciate your time this morning.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you for being here.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Super early, especially.
No, that's all right. We're in Australia. We're pretty early people. You know, wake up from 6 a.m. onwards, so that's pretty
perfect.
This is easy peasy. You can take our jobs.
100%.
Yeah.
So can you start off by telling us more about yourself and your background?
All right. So my name is Luay Fandi. So I am a 26-year-old Lebanese born. So I was born in Lebanon in 1996. Moved to Australia in 2009 due to the war, and been a barber for over 15 years. So the reason we started barbering was because of the war. You know, always wanted to be a policeman, or border force patrol or something. You know, something in the police force. So due to the war circumstances, we started cutting hair. So, and we took it from there.
What do you mean? Why did the war promote you? Why did you start cutting hair? Because
Okay, so honestly, my dad didn't want me to become a barber. He always wanted me to do something else in life, you know. So during the war, our areas weren't as affected as other areas, so people started to migrate from the most affected areas to our areas, which is a bit more safer, you know. And so my dad came up with a great idea of giving out free haircuts to the people that were affected, you know, just to bring them back to, you know, give them a bit of a smile, keep them happy, you know. And so he took me into the shop with him, and he got me to sweep the floor first couple of hours, and then it got so busy that he was like, "Hey, you might need to start cutting hair." And you know, he put me on a little stool. You know, I stood up on it. I was pretty short as a kid, so.
What age were you?
I was 8 years old.
Oh,
so
wow.
yeah. So and that's when I stood on there, and then he literally held my hand like this and guided me through how to do the first one, and he'd come and finish it off. So, and from there, you know, seeing the joy and the happiness that it brought to people. It made me want to become a barber, so it changed my whole career mindset, you know, as a kid. And till now, we're still cutting hair 15 years later. So it's the best thing I've ever done in my life, to be honest. And yeah, so we just we couldn't stop giving back to the community. So, and we really enjoyed giving it back to them. So,
can you remember special moments from that time?
Special moments when I cut this young fella's hair. He was pretty sad because he lost his house. His parents lost their house. I lost everything they've had. So I cut his hair. Obviously, it wasn't the best haircut because I've never done it before, you know. So I cut his hair. Once we finished, he got off the chair, literally gave me a hug and said, "Thank you so much." You know, those moments just stick with you for the rest of your life, you know. And it's just that feeling of joy and happiness that brought to me personally and to other people that wanted me to pursue my dream in barbering. You know,
that's so special.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, Lebanon we went through tough times. It was very tough, and you know, during the war, it was tough for everyone. Absolutely everyone. I remember one time, you know, driving to work, and literally 30 seconds later, the bridge that we went under got bombed. So on the way to give people free haircuts and give back to the community, and it was pretty tough. And that day, my dad decided that he doesn't want me to go with him anymore. But I kept insisting, you know, like I need to go, I need to help, because it was just such a great feeling, you know. And he kept denying, so I didn't go for 2 days at the time. But I kept waking up early, getting ready, you know, going to the door. So he saw how much I insisted, and he started taking me with him again. And you know, you know, it was just tough all over, you know.
So you're at such an early age. It's a lot that you're going through. Just those memories that you're living with and those experiences, how has it shaped who you are today?
Honestly, like a lot of people, you know, when we moved to Australia, I honestly didn't know better. I thought the whole world was just a war-torn country. It was a feeling kind of you're born to die. You get what I mean? So because all we grew up with, it was either a shooting here or a random terrorist group that came out and started shooting everywhere in my grandma's village while we're there, you know, and all these random bombings in public buses and all of that. So we didn't know better. We thought the whole world was just a war-torn place, you know. There was no internet, no Snapchat, no Instagram back then. We couldn't afford it, even if there was, you know. And going to Australia and fearing for the worst as well, like, oh yeah, we just moved to another place. Maybe it's a little bit safer, but probably still going through some tough times. You know, when I first landed in Australia, got out, I instantly thought, oh well, I'm in heaven or something. You know, it was just, I woke up from a dream that I was in or something.
Wow.
You know, Australia's a great country. But the impact that it had on me, it was a negative way growing up. I thought, this is it. This is what we're born to do. You know, just avoid bombs and avoid bullet shells. You know, every time we left the house, we'd say, oh, final goodbyes. Even to school, we'll hug as if it's our last time, because we don't know if we're coming back home, right? It was just how it is. And it could have impacted my life in a negative way, but I decided to take all that anger, all that frustration, all that, you know, that was built inside of me. I decided to take it into a positive thing, put it towards my future, put it towards my goals, and show people that, you know, even though you went through a war, I know, you know, I didn't have it as bad as others, but it's still possible to pursue your dreams. And you know, I went from having nothing. We were literally at our lowest point of our life, and now, you know, look where we are today. cutting hair for celebrities, and you know, we've got a big business in Australia. So it's great. Australia's great. So
Yeah, what was it like finding roots in a whole new country? Like you say, it was like finding heaven, which, you know, it's a total opposite of where you came from.
Yeah.
What was it like building roots there?
It was very difficult. I was very lonely for the first few, I'd say, years, because you know, the language, we didn't speak the language, so we didn't know how to communicate with people. We didn't know how to chat. But Australia in general is built on a multicultural basis, so it's great. People are just so nice. They come and sit down with you. They have a chat with you. I remember because you know, coming from a war-torn country, you're still scarred from it. So I remember my teachers would come and try and talk to me, try and get out of me. You know, like what happened to you? You know, they could tell I went through some tough times. So. You know, they sat me down, they chatted with me, they told me, you know, this is a safe place. They reassured me because I wasn't sure if it was, you know, like as a kid, you know, even though your parents tell you it's safe, but they've always told us it's safe while the bombs were coming down as well, you know, so you didn't really believe your parents in a safe sense. So building the roots and stuff, it was just great. Australia was honestly amazing in the sense of they just try and help you as much as they can. They give you the support you need. They give you the love you need. They leave everything, it worked, you know, everything worked out perfect. So, you know, shout out to Australia. You know?
And congratulations for like building a big business there, you know?
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It was honestly from my parents. My dad started, you know, it was very tough moving there. We had literally zero and we had to start from zero. So my dad started the business from scratch, you know, in 2010. So as soon as we got there, my dad said, you guys study the English language. Let me sort out the business. He had to study as well because he spoke French and Arabic, couldn't speak English as well. So while he was studying, he was looking at businesses. So shout out to my dad as well, you know, and my family. They did a great job, you know, being supportive and being together. We always stuck together till now, you know, we're still one family and we're doing great together. So
there are these pictures playing beside us of your dad giving you a haircut and then you giving your dad a haircut, and it's just such a beautiful, like, full circle moment.
Yeah. So my dad has played a big role in me becoming a barber. You know, he told me every single detail of barbering and business side of things. So he was a celebrity barber back in Lebanon as well for Superstar Academy. So, you know, and there's the show in Syria as well, Barber. He used to be a barber for a few of the main actors like Abu Islam. I don't know if you guys are probably familiar with that. So he was a huge part of my career. So he played a big part of my career, and you know, it was because of him basically I am where I am today. He motivated me to be where I am today, and he played a big role in our lives, teaching us.
So you moved to Austria. You weren't in school prior to that time, right?
No.
And just like readjusting, going back to school, you still stuck with going to work with your dad. Why was that important to you?
Well, you know, are you talking about Australia? Yeah. So Australia, it was very important to me because first of all, I had to learn the language, and the only way we had to learn the language is to communicate with people. Even though I had no idea, people, you know, come up to me, talk to me. I'm like, yes, good, no. You know, that's all we knew, and it was very important for me because I honestly enjoyed the job. And in Australia, the legal age of work at the time, I think it was like 15 or 16. Now it might be different, but you know, I couldn't work. So all I could do is just sweep the floor, couldn't cut hair, anything. So for me to keep going and to keep me motivated, I just, you know, would insist. So I would catch a bus from home to school, and then I would catch a bus. So my dad's work was about an hour and a half away from my school. So then I would catch a bus from school to the city and then catch a train and catch another train to work.
Grafting.
Yeah, so you know, it was. I really wanted to pursue barbering. I really wanted to be a barber to the point I would ask my dad, "Can I stop school and just come to work?" You know, obviously, it was a no. You know how Arab parents are. So I finished year 12, and it was working 7 days a week. I didn't know what school holidays were, so it was just work all the time. It was something I wanted to do from a very young age. And here we are today, you know, so... That's
incredible.
It's amazing, so...
And how do you jump from working at your dad's place to going kind of solo and doing your own thing?
It went from... Because at the age of 18, I've been doing it... By the time I was 18, I finished school, it would have been 10 years that I've been doing it for. So in my head, I thought, I'm ready to open a shop, right? I didn't know what the challenges were with opening a shop, right? So I didn't know that I had to pay rent, I had to pay... you know, electricity, water, all these things that came to the shop, with the shop, sorry. And so I told my dad, introduced the idea to my dad. He was like, oh, you know, I don't think you're ready to open a shop. You don't know what it takes. You know how to run a business, but you don't know what it takes to run a business, to actually pay off the wages and all that. I insisted. So from 18 to the age of 20, I worked for 7 days a week, every single day of those 2 years. There was maybe I took 2 days off. That's because one morning I woke up very, very sick, went to work knowing that I was very, very sick, you know, and after work, I drove myself to hospital and I was admitted for 2 days. You know, it's just the commitment I had for this job. I really wanted to do it. I really wanted to be something, you know, and I knew I could be something. It's just the start was very tough, you know. Anyway, after 2 years, I saved up enough money and I went and bought a little 20 square meter shop with 2 chairs. And yeah, first week goes by, I think in the first week I made not even $150, which is absolutely nothing in Australia, you know. And that was when the reality hit me, like, oh wow, is this what I wanted, you know, is this what I've worked my whole life for, you know. And so I had to adjust and find things and find things to work out. So Australia is very behind in technology, if you guys, I don't know if you guys know that. So honestly, they're very behind in social media, very behind in technology. So I decided to make barber videos and you know, I was the first one in Adelaide, which is the south of Australia, to make the video. So people were like, wow, this guy is something, you know, like.
Are we talking about like Vine or TikTok or Snapchat?
Facebook at the time.
Facebook.
So Facebook was still a big thing. Yeah. 6 years ago, Facebook was still a big thing in Australia. So I did Facebook, and from there, it just blew up. So I kept doing videos, you know, I contacted my friend, I was like, hey, this is blowing up. So, you know, 100 likes for Adelaide was like, wow, this guy's a celebrity, you know.
That's like all of Adelaide.
Yeah, literally. That's like 1% of the population probably, you know. So then we kept in contact. Then TikTok came along. I didn't know what TikTok was, you know, because it was just not a thing for me. Like I wasn't a big social media guy. It was just Facebook, and I was satisfied with my 100 likes, yeah, right? So then we took it to TikTok, and TikTok just absolutely loved my work for some reason. Like I would just do some satisfying stuff, and within I think 3 months we gained like 60,000 followers, and then you know my videos were getting within 2 days 20 million, 30 million views, and I was like, this is the place to be, you know. this is where the you know the content should be, you know. And from there I just grew and grew and grew and just kept working hard, and it went from you know making nothing to something of myself, you know, and my name was getting built in Adelaide and eventually around Australia from TikTok. So yeah, it was very challenging. It's not easy, you know. So for people that are wanting to open a business, do it, but just know the challenges that come with it. You know, I highly recommend you opening a business up and doing, you know, pursuing your dreams. But it is a very bumpy road. So just be prepared for that, which is fine. It's you know, failure is part of success. So just push along and go with it. So.
Wise words. Like, it's honestly such an inspiring story. Like, what's the one thing that you want people to learn from you, basically?
Honestly, growing up, we thought there was no future. There was no point of looking at goals and dreams, you know, because it was just shattered by every bullet that was shot in the air, every bomb that went down, you know. And then moving from that one place to the other place, which is from Lebanon to Australia, it was just full of dreams, you know. And you know, one thing that I'd tell people to learn from me is just never give up. Just don't give up on your dreams. I even till now, sometimes I sit down with myself and like, oh, is this even, you know, am I going through the right place? Just keep pushing through those negative thoughts, because those negative thoughts, you know, you're doing something right. Because if there's no fear of what you're doing, there's no you know, bumps in the road, or you know, you fall down, just get back up and just keep going. Because I fell down probably thousands of times. I just kept going. I just got up and kept going, kept pushing through that road, you know. Just have a plan. Always have a plan. I highly recommend that. Write it down on a piece of paper. It's very important. And just take it from there. Just pursue your goals, pursue your dreams, and don't ever give up. You know, I was in Lebanon in a war-torn country, and today I'm on Lovin Dubai. You know, the number one show in Dubai, in my opinion. You know, I've been following you guys for quite a while as well. So from Australia. So
No way.
yeah, not having no idea that I'll be on the show. So
How
this is
good is
good.
that?
Yeah, it's amazing. You guys do a great
Did
job.
you write it down? That you were gonna share?
Well, it was part of the plan. Like for me to be on any kind of show, I didn't expect to be on Lovin Dubai. This is like a huge part of my, I call success for me. You know, it's a huge, it's huge.
Anytime you can come back,
well, I'd love to, but you know, this is my first time on any shows. You know, like any interview or any show. So it's a big deal for me. So thank you guys for having me. You know?
From us, a massive thank you for sharing your story because it's really important to hear those stories. And also, I think from my side, I just feel massive privilege for how I grew up. And it's a massive reminder of like, you know, as you said, it's just an inspirational story. So thank you for sharing it.
Thank you for having me. So I'm super excited to be here. So it's thank you again.
Well, Lovin Dubai is small. However, before we jump into our game, plan for the next 5 years. You've moved to Dubai.
Yes.
Where do you see yourself? What else have you written down?
So obviously, I want to be one of the most, the biggest, you know, barbers in the world. I just want to be able to travel the world and share my experience with everyone else, teach people how to cut hair and take it from there, right? My biggest goal is to be a celebrity barber, to be the well-known, loved celebrity barber, right? And also, my biggest goal is to be Cristiano Ronaldo's barber as well. So he was a big inspiration growing up, you know, especially during the war. He you know, every time, you know, we'll go through a tough time, we'll just go play down soccer and we'll do his celebrations, you know. And we're just Ronaldo, huge Ronaldo fans. So it'll be a great goal. It'll be a great achievement in my career, and it'll be a great honor to be his barber, his personal barber one day.
He's only 2 hours away.
It's only 2 hours
That's what
away.
I'm saying.
Exactly.
So I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close. Getting closer and closer. You never know. Next year I might be living in Saudi Arabia, so to cut his hair. But no, Dubai is great. I love Dubai. It's probably one of the safest places I've been to. So shout out to Dubai as well. So
we love that, and we love those goals. So thank you for sharing with them, and we cannot wait to follow your journey as you
thank you
continue.
very much. Thank you.
Before you leave us, we want to talk hairstyles. We want to talk hair trends. We want to get your thoughts on some hair trends.
Okay.
So we're going to play What's Hot, What's Not with the buzzer. Do you want to check it works before we start?
Let's do it. It works.
Okay, we love it. You don't need to buzz. We don't love it. You can just hit it. Throw it.
Throw it.
Okay. First on the list.
Yep.
Man bun.
Man bun. Look, sorry. A lot of my friends have man buns. You know, it's a bit old-fashioned now. You know, there's a lot better haircuts than a man bun. But sorry to the people that have man buns. But I think we can do better than man buns.
I think you've come from the land of man buns.
Yes, that's why I'm sick of man buns. You know, like let's just improve it a little bit. You know, just literally undercut with hair tied up. So, you know,
We can do better.
we can do much better, I reckon.
What about a mohawk?
No, mohawk it's good. It's especially with the way the trends are coming up with the lines and you know the zigzags that come with it and the shape of it. I love
Zigzags?
it. Yeah. In Australia, we were pretty good with the designs. We do like zigzags and all that. So.
Portrait.
Yeah.
All right. Buzz cuts.
Buzz cuts, I can't say no. I've got one myself.
Right.
It's honestly my favorite haircut. It suits nearly 90% of the people, unless you start to, you know, you don't have a perfect hairline. But buzz cuts is the way to go. I highly recommend buzz cuts. You know, if you haven't tried it, try buzz cuts.
I feel like it wouldn't suit me. I don't know.
No, it would, but I wouldn't like. But the thing is, people have an idea of buzz cuts that it should be this short, or it could be way longer than this, but just have the buzz cut pushed forward. You know, it's a.
Can you define a buzz cut for those of us who are not aware what a buzz cut is?
Basically, this is a buzz cut. You know, it's short on top and lined up at the front, and high skin fade or mid skin fade or even a low skin fade. Which mine is like a mid to high, as you can see. So
your fade is spectacular.
Thank
like
you.
I'm just looking like it's like a very nicely done
Thank you.
fade.
I had to do it last night, so I don't know if I did a good job.
You did it yourself?
Yeah, I couldn't see the back, so I don't know how I went with the back. I tried.
It's looking great.
Yeah,
looking great all over.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Shahir's hair.
Shahir's hair, it is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love the curls. I love the fade. I love the line. So I wouldn't go any longer than that on top. And you know, I would leave it at that length. But Shahir's hair is perfect. Honestly, you know.
Very diplomatic.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go any longer on top.
No, I wouldn't, to be honest. No.
What do you think, Casey?
I think he came back from salon and he had this cool line thing.
Yeah.
And then he had another double liner.
Yeah. So
which
that's
I thought was cool.
yeah, something
Why
different.
not?
Why not?
The eyebrow slit. Like, who am I? You know?
What are you trying to tell the world? And then the very last one after Shu's hair is
Frosted tips.
Frosted tips. That is a very, very popular haircut at the moment in Australia. Yeah. So I would. It's a 50-50 thing. You know, some people think it suits them, but it honestly, like, it doesn't. You know, I'm a very honest barber. So if you come to me and you tell me, hey, I want, you know, this type of haircut or this haircut, I'll tell you straight out, like, hey, you know, we might want to look at other options because I can guarantee it won't look good on your face. Obviously, especially with my experience of over 15 years. It's just, I know what will suit you. And if you insist, I will do it anyway, because it's my job to do what you like. But I would recommend other, you know, it's just not my type. Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I like that. I love the honesty. If people want to get in touch with you, if they want to send you pics, so they're like, hey, does this suit me? How can they do that?
Yeah, so you can contact me on Luay's Fades on Instagram. I've got Facebook as well. I've got TikTok. So it's all Luay's Fades. Mainly on Instagram, you can contact me and send me photos. It's easier to message on there. Send me photos of your haircuts. Send me, you know, if you want any advice to do with haircut, or even if you want to get into the industry, into the barbering industry, I can guide you through where to start and how to start your journey in barbering. So, Luay's Fades it is.
That's amazing. We really appreciate your time and for sharing your story with us. And shout out to all of your family watching in Australia, guys. Thank you for tuning into the Lovin Advice Show. That is all we have time for this morning. And we are back every single weekday morning, same time, same place. A massive thank you to Luay.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
This show is brought to you by the Augustus Media Podcast Network. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it.